Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Ray. I'm the One-Eyed Piper. Good to have you with me today. Thank you. So today I'm going to review a tobacco, kind of one of my personal favorites, which is Billy Budd. It's a C&D. Awesome tobacco. I'm going to be smoking it today in my 7LE. Recently repaired. Thank you, Rich. Rich from Briarville, excuse me. My 7LE 513 KS in brown. So I've already got it loaded. I like this. It's kind of one of my favorite tobaccos to smoke. I enjoy it. Excuse me as I kick back with you folks. It's a strong tobacco. So for someone that might be a novice getting into it, unless, of course you were a cigar smoker or something of that nature, it may not be your cup of tea for a first start out. It's very cigar-like, I guess is the best way I can describe it. Heavy cigar-like, strong, good aroma. But I like the way the tobacco burns. I like everything about it. So that being said, I'm going to light this up and then we can chit-chat. So give me one moment, please. Now, I'm a personal fan. And I've been only doing this about 6 months, folks. So now I've been a smoker since I was 12. But I was a cigarette smoker, Went and stole my mom's Pall Mall non-filtered reds and ran out back and lit up and get one of my, get another family member's Territons or, good Lord, Camels. Everything was non-filtered back then, Smoke them. Thought I was a big shot at 12 years old, And then you realize you're just a little squirt. Anyways, let's get this puppy in its sweet spot, and then we'll continue our chat. And please do me a favor if you would, please, and subscribe and like, and then if you have any comments or suggestions for me, this is brand new to me. Please don't be afraid to add them. I'd appreciate it. So let's give the official. I've got a 9mm filter in this, by the way, a balsa filter, which, in my opinion, I like the wooden filters, just simply because it's organic. You're dealing with a cellulose product as opposed to anything that might have any kind of glassware or plastics. If you're going to smoke a tobacco, you might as well do it as clean as humanly possible, in my opinion. We have enough out there in nature that's trying to kill us already, so good Lord, forever plastics and Oh my goodness, you know, some would say the things that are up there and the things that we eat and hear, and there we go. Anyways, folks, so let's give the official review. I looked it up, um, and you know, obviously it's a C&D product, Cornell and Dow. Billy Budd, you know, I shout out to Country Squire. That's who I picked mine up from. These guys, those guys down there are good. I mean, they treat you right. If you got any questions, you call them. I mean, you can do everything you want to do on the interweb, or you can make phone calls. It is a cigar leaf based product. Okay. Burley, cigar leaf, Latica, and Virginia. It's a coarse cut. You know, it's got a very strong taste, or strong strength, I guess. The flavoring, they say there's none detected. I don't know if I agree with that. To me, it's very tolerable. It says the room notes tolerable to strong. I smoke outside. Couldn't tell you. Full taste, absolutely. I couldn't agree more in that respect. I love the boldness of this tobacco. That being said, my my backstory. I again, like I said, I started smoking when I was 12 years old. I quit in 2015. Just quit it. Got done. Went through 3 bouts of pneumonia. Said that's it. I ain't gonna do it no more. Quit smoking cigarettes. So I was a Marlboro. Started out as a Marlboro Reds fan, and then you jump off to Winston, and then blah blah blah. Go down to Marlboro Lights, and then the Ultra Lights, and the thinner that they are as far as going through the filtration system, the better off you'll be. And then I found out that was a bunch of hubbubaloo. So, anyways, make a long story short, took me about a year. I mean, it did. It took me about a year to quit smoking, and I did. I never looked back. So until about 6 months ago, and about 6 months ago, I walked by a fella, and he just happened to be smoking a pipe, and heck fire, I don't know what he was smoking. I just know it smelled, you had that cherry aroma, from when you're a kid. And anyways, as a child, I remember, I grew up where I grew up at. I'm a Kentucky boy. Anyways, where I grew up at, after my mom and dad split, my mom moved us up southern Ohio, and but where we lived at with my grandma, my granny Green, and my grandma, and my mother. It was all 3 of them raised me and my brothers, and well, right across the street, literally across the street from where we lived, there was railroad tracks, and that's where the freight cars would go by, and every once in a while, Amtrak would go by, occasionally passenger car, but mainly it's freight, freight, coal, what have you. So, going back to that cherry smell that I had, brought back very fond memories. My Granny Green, she, obviously she was around during the Depression. My grandma was around during the Depression. And, back in the day, people traveled by freight car, hobos. And so my Grandma Green would fix up soup, beans, and, bread and whatnot. Wherever they could drum up during that course in life and day, or time in life, excuse me. So, the hobos and the trains knew to stop right there, because they were real close to the different factories and whatnot around us. And they'd hop off the freight and come over. The conductors would come over. The engineers would come over, and they'd have soup, beans, and bread, and smoke pipes, tell stories and whatnot. And even when I was a youngster, and this is back in the '60s, and going up into the '70s. But I remember this as a youngster. They would. You'd get the occasional hobo. They'd still travel about and whatnot. And they'd come over and they'd sit down with a corncob pipe and they'd light up, whatever they had as far as whatever half and half or Captain Black or, Sir Walter Riley, good Lord, Prince Albert in a can, they'd do it up. And you'd smell that aroma. Back in the day, you didn't have a lot to choose from. Half and half smelled. You had that little cherry aroma. Same thing, Captain Black original, cherry aroma. Sir Walter Riley, not so much. So that kind of reminded me of that. And then also on the same token, got a little bit older. The conductors, they'd invite you over when they'd stop. You'd get on the caboose, and you'd sit inside of there with them old farts, and they'd light their pipes and talk, and roll their cigarettes and talk, or whatever they were doing at the time, and they'd have the the stove going, wood in the fire, and what have you, and it was an interesting time for a youngster like myself. So I really enjoyed that. Excuse me, I gotta light this. I apologize. I went running on and burn out. So give me a minute. I like my Zippos. Good lighters. I actually tried the butane one, which has a hole in the side. Soft glow, or soft flame as they call it, yellow flame, what have you. Really good. Works nice. Downside about it that I don't care for, it ain't windproof. And I live up here in the White Mountains, Arizona, and we get wind, especially in the fall, wintertime, spring, summer, you name it. And if there's an opportunity for wind to blow on this mountain, it's going to blow on this mountain, I guarantee you that. So anyways, back to my story. Give us stuff to try. You won't be disappointed. Guarantee you. If you like this sort of thing. Kind of throw that caveat in there, because some folks do, some folks don't. Just depends, It's where it floats your boat, I reckon. So really enjoyed the smell of tobacco. And you grow up and you watch all your family smoke. Heck, fire. I remember going to the doctor, and my doctor would be smoking a pipe or cigarette or whatever, and I guess it's about as American as apple pie, especially corn cob. Because that's where I believe corn cob started right here in the United States of America. Corn cob pipes, that is, rather. briar, Mediterranean type scenario, if I recall. And then, of course, meerschaum, turkey. Uh, anyways, so, me being me, which you don't know me, but me being me, my wife will tell you this, is I'm kind of an all-in kind of fella. So what I go and do is I go and buy a couple factory pipes, Peterson, Savinelli, go buy some corn cobs, some meerschaums. All in, baby. So do that. I go out and I buy the old codger, as they call them. The old, that's what I hear the other fellows on YouTube call it, old codger tobaccos. The half and ass, and again, Sir Walter Riley, Prince Albert, and kick those in the gear. Start smoking them. Love them, by the way. I reckon I'm as close to an old codger as I can be, so I might as well smoke some old codger tobacco and enjoy it. So that's all I did, and liked it. And then, I started really getting into it. YouTubing a lot. YouTube, I give you credit where credit's due, man. You want to know something, learn something, experiment about something, it's probably on YouTube. Someone's already probably done it. So, started watching Mutton Chop. He's cool. Is it the Cobbiton? I forget his name. Hobbiton. Piper. He's cool. I dig Wenzel from Wenzel's World. He's an old codger like me. He might be a little bit younger than me, a little bit older than me. I don't know. Depends. Wenzel, if you're listening. I like that fellow, the novice piper. He's pretty spot on when it comes to tobacco stuff. I give him credit where credit's due. Got a good sniffer. So now I guess it's healed up. Lots changed since I was a young man, and smoked the old codger blends. Now they've got tobacconists, and they mix their own, and different companies kind of do their own things, and they name their own blends. Excuse me. And they do a good job. I've been pretty impressed with Country Squire. I'm not gonna lie. I like their cowboy coffee. That's a real nice wake me up. Good tobacco. I'm liking the non-aromatics, but the aromatics are good too. Depends on the aromatic, of course. I've gotten a perfect example, Backwoods, the original. It's a blend, but I'm gonna be perfectly frank about it. When it comes out of the package, you gotta dry that stuff out, man. It's goopy. It really and truly is. It's so But once you dry it out, and one little secret I learned, I forget which one talked about it. I know it's probably not the best thing to do. You probably want to let your tobacco dry out a little bit more natural, but if you're in a hurry and you need to light it and you want to get it going and get your day started, throw it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. It gives it enough time to where that, the juice of the tobacco go down into, like, I use a coffee filter. I sit on top of my automatic drip coffee filter, spread that out and sit on top of there and just let it do its thing. So that's my suggestion. Do what you want, what you will. Just want to throw that out there. Anyways, Billy Budd. Good stuff. And it does have flavor. Cigar-like flavor. Kind of a little... It's to me, personally, I don't like smoking a mild to medium cigar. That's what I can describe it, Or like if you took a Marlboro and you ripped the filter off. Gave that a whirl. Maybe. A long time since I smoked Marlboro, so anyways. It's kind of my first smoking video where I've smoked and talked to you folks, and I was thinking about doing some reading, whatnot, on my channel, see what it's all about. Kind of my old age or getting older, I'm getting more on the sentimental side, reading like some Longfellow, maybe some Mark Twain, some old stuff like that. Stuff that when I was a kid, I was a fairly rebellious sort. They put the books in front of you, when you're a kid at school, and you'd read as little as humanly possible just to kind of get you by. Back then I figured C was good, because see I did it. Wasn't the sharpest stick in the wood pile, but I made my mark, I guess the best way I can put it. I did what I had to do in life, and been around this country of ours and seen some pretty amazing things, some really fine folks, had some good times. I want to thank Richard at Briarville once again. I picked this up off of eBay. Let me show it to you. It's a KS 513. She's a beauty. I got it for a song because it cracks out. So she needed cleaning, shining, what have you. You know, and Richard, I'm going to say this to you, and I appreciate you 100%. I hope you're doing all right down there in Georgia, because this flooding and everything, yeah, not good for the East Coast at all. Asheville, North Carolina, I'm thinking on you. Sending positive vibes your way. Anyways, he said he was going to be down till October the 1st, or after October. He was doing some healing, had some shoulder surgery done, and you know he needed to heal up. And it'd be October before he'd get to anything. So now it's back September, first part of September. You know, sent him off his pipe. I honestly didn't expect to see it back until, quite frankly, the end of this month, which today's October 1st, by the way, 2024. So, son of a gun, if he didn't have it turned around and back to me in 2 weeks. Didn't ask for it, nothing special. Wasn't expecting it at all. So again, thank you. I appreciate it. Like and I already said it, but like and subscribe if you like the content. I think I'm gonna do some reading with you folks. I want to review tobaccos. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I should review. I did buy some tins. I bought some Peterson early morning pipe, Peterson Irish Flake, McBaron plum cake. Do a review of that. Some haunted bookshop, as well as some Bob's chocolate flake, amongst others. You know, we can do a review on the Cowboy Coffee, and you know, I've got an Eric Norden pipe, and I only run English blends through that. So we'll review Angry Cornishman. That's a blend that was made directly from Country Squire. So we'll do that together in another time on another video. I want to say thank you. And you know, I don't recommend smoking, but I will say this to you young people out there that dabble or diving in or what have you. You know, keep a level head about it. Don't make it a habit. Enjoy it. Take it day by day, week by week, wherever it might be. Enjoy your life. Have fun. Enjoy your family if you're married, what have you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I look forward to many, many more, and enjoy your day.